My name is Steven Joniau, and I'm a urologist from Leuven, Belgium. And I'm also the PI of the ARNEO trial, which we will discuss. Yeah, so the trial, which I presented here at the Congress, is called the ARNEO trial. And the ARNEO trial is a neoadjuvant trial in which we included high-risk prostate cancer patients, and they were all treated for 12 weeks. Half of the patients were randomized to ADT alone, which is degarelix plus placebo, and the other half was randomized to ADT, degarelix plus apalutamide for 12 weeks before surgery. All patients received a PET-CT before starting the treatment and before surgery. Everybody was operated and every patient was followed up until PSA progression, did not receive any follow-up treatments until maybe when they progressed at the moment of progression. Well, that's a good question, because indeed the primary endpoint of the ARNEO trial was minimal residual disease, defined as a tumor volume less than 0.25 cc, which is really small. It's a definition which has been used in former phase 2 trials as well. And this primary endpoint was reached, was very significantly positive in our ARNEO trial for the combination arm, so ADT plus apalutamide. But you're quite right. Would there be, because not everybody had reached that endpoint, only well, 40% reached the endpoint in the combination arm versus only just under 10% in the ADT alone arm. Now the question would be, and your question is, can we improve these percentages by adding, for instance, docetaxel to the treatment? Perhaps. Nobody knows. Docetaxel has been tested together with ADT, but not yet together with ADT plus apalutamide in the neoadjuvant setting. There is a trial with docetaxel which has been published already and which showed no benefit in biochemical progression-free survival, but many patients were immediately after surgery treated with radiation or hormones and so forth. But the other endpoints, secondary endpoints, metastasis-free survival, overall survival, were improved by adding docetaxel to ADT. Whether this would be even better, adding docetaxel to the treatment schedule of ARNEO is unknown. It's perhaps worth studying, but I would personally prefer to tease out or to select out those patients with a fantastic response and only intensify further, for instance, with docetaxel patients who did not have a good response. And the response in our ARNEO trial can be measured by using PSMA PET-CT. The two scans I showed, I told you that we did one scan at baseline, one scan after 3 months of treatment. The response on the scan was very predictive for the pathological endpoint. So perhaps in future trials, for instance, a trial like you suggest, adding also docetaxel, we could tailor this further intensification perhaps on using PSMA PET images, which are very predictive for the pathological endpoint. That's a very good question, and we did not see differences in PN1 disease nor positive margins. They were much reduced compared to estimations using the Briganti or the MSKCC nomogram. We estimated to see without treatment, if patients would not have received treatment but would be operated immediately, we would have expected at least double the number of positive nodes patients, and we would have expected at least double the number of positive margins. So margins were certainly reduced, even though we cannot really prove that, but they were much less than we anticipated, but they were not different between the two arms. So that is a little bit unanticipated, because we would have thought, expected beforehand, that there would be better responses also on margins and also on plus disease in the combination of apalutamide plus degarelix. What we did see is, besides the much better deep pathological response with minimal residual disease reached in 40% in the combination group. We also saw double the numbers of patients in whom the tumor was downstage to PT2. So about half of the patients had PT2 disease in the combination arm versus only 1 in 4 in the ADT alone arm. So besides MRD, reaching MRD in much better percentages in the combination arm, we also reached downstaging to pathological T2 disease, organ-confined disease, in a much higher percentage in the combination arm. And those two endpoints, pathological endpoints, have already been correlated with much better biochemical progression-free survival in other analysis in phase 2 studies, which were analyzed together, and to see whether this deep pathological response also translates into clinical response. For sure, we are following our patients further for a secondary endpoint. Very important endpoint is biochemical recurrence-free survival within the next 3 years after inclusion, and also for metastatic progression and so forth. But that is future data we will hopefully present in future EAU congresses. In other trials, sometimes a longer period of neoadjuvant treatment were used, up to 6 months. And that comes from old data with ADT alone. And ADT alone, shorter or longer durations. The longer durations of ADT alone in older studies were correlated with better pathological endpoints. Whether this is really true here is not certain, because if we compare our data with other trials and we compare the same endpoint of minimal residual disease, then it's very, very similar to the 6-month trials. So maybe, but maybe not. So it's an unanswered question in my opinion.